Creating dimensional stamp flowers that have versatility is a win-win for your paper crafted projects. As a little girl growing up, my mom always had these beautiful bouquets and flower pots with classic petunias. Last summer when I came to my mom's house, she had one live petunia on her desk, and I asked her, "What are you doing?" And she was sketching up the classic petunia that I'm going to show you my top tips on how to create with today. To get started, the first thing you want to do is stamp the small classic petunia. You can cut it out with a coordinating die. Then there's also the large classic petunia. So there's two different sizes. They're the same style, so they pair beautifully together. I'm inking this up with a dark brown chalk ink. Some of these I've stamped with black. You could also use a dark peony depending on which color you're coloring it with. So it's totally up to you. The main thing you want to make sure you do is just have a fast drying ink. So when I'm stamping two images at the same time, I like to just give it some firm, even pressure, or if you have like a MISTI or a stamping pad, you could use that as well. So you've got those, like if you have a MISTI, that'll make that the stamps in the center are stamped very nicely. I didn't give enough pressure there. This is off a little bit. So next step is cutting it out with a coordinating die. You'll just go ahead and lay those on top. Put your piece of tape down. What's so cool is you can have all these stamps cut out at one pass of the die cutting machine. Once you've done that, you can run it through any manual machine you may have. We're ready to color it. I am coloring one that was stamped in black using our Precision Stack and Store daubers. They come in a pack of 6 or 30. I am going to start out with the Lilac Posies Memento ink, and we're going to add some color to the center. Now I'm going to just tap off this color just a little bit. It's a tad dark. I'm doing a circular motion, but it's a little bit lighter for the inside. I like to do a very bright pop of color for these petunias. Now petunias are so fun. You can do so many different variations, so versatile. Once you've done this one, I'm going to go back and use my Rouge dauber. This will give a little bit, the flower I'm coloring is this one, that'll give a little bit of that bright contrast between those two light and dark colors. So we'll just kind of, you can actually, if it's easier for you, just pick it up and color the entire top tip. And that will color very beautifully. So we'll do that to each one. You see kind of how that bright pop of color is going to blend those together. So when you're doing the petunias, make sure that you just have fun blending together different color combinations, or even like look at real life petunias and get your color inspiration from that. Next I'm going to the dark peony. That is a very dark color, so that will get us some nice crisp dark edges. See how that just kind of makes it pop? So I'll do that all around the edges. And then once you have that completed, you're ready to go ahead and shape this flower. To shape the petunia, you're going to want to use your Deluxe flower shaping kit, and I am using the 8mm and the 6mm tip from this set along with the black mat. So to get started, you'll have your flower stamped side down. I'm using the 8mm tip, and you'll do like this arch motion at the top of the tips of each of the petals. You'll just go back and forth. It's kind of like doing a half moon. You just press down. The harder you press, the more dimension you're going to get. Once you're finished on the back on each petal, just flip that right side up and use the 6mm tip and just draw a line right down the middle of your flower. You'll do that on each petal. The other 3 I've already done that. And then to get this really deep, like kind of this pointy look, I take my 8mm tip, just pop that in the center, and press my flower around the tip. That will help when I go to glue my flower petals together to kind of have broken the fibers of the paper in the very middle. So next step is gluing that together. For the Classic Petunia, if you're wanting to make a real lifelike flower, I like to use my hot glue gun and glue the petals together. It's a quick and easy way to just really shape and mold these flowers. I'll overlap the first petal. I'll have this one kind of in the back, and then I'll go ahead and add some glue to the opposite side, and you'll glue all 5 petals together. This creates a very dimensional flower. It's the classic look. Now this petunia looks beautiful shaped this way. However, there are so many different options when shaping this petunia, and I'll show you those different styles in just a little bit. But you'll just press that together. If you use the hot glue gun, it really sets very quickly. So just overlap those petals, and you'll have those glued together in no time. So just hold it a little bit. We have one more. The tighter you pop those petals together, the deeper or the more dimension your flower is going to have. So you can adjust that, play with it, see what depth or dimension you like. Once it's glued together, it's not popping apart. Then the very last thing I like to do is I like to go back and maybe just use my stylus tip and just pull those petals back a little bit if you want to have those tips flipped back just a little bit. And if you have those little dries clear glue strings here, you can use your hair dryer. That will melt those automatically, and you've got your flower shaped and glued. There's a stamen die in the small Classic Petunia die set. There's 2 sizes, and when you look at them, they look a little bit funny. That's these 2 die pieces, and this is how they look when they're cut out. Now, the cool thing about these is you can use them as stamens for the flower center, or a lot of ladies like to use them as accent fillers when you're doing bunches of flowers, which is really, really fun. Or I was thinking you could do little sparkler fireworks if you're doing something for like a celebration. So what you're going to do to shape these, actually let me show you first how this was used in the flower center here. Over here is the smaller one. Flower stamens are beautiful in the flower center or used just on the outside as like a filler. So when you're shaping this, use a smaller stylus, and I'm hitting the longest stamen pieces first and just curling those in a little bit. I'll flip it on the opposite side, and I'll flip the smaller ones up. It doesn't really matter which one you do first. You just want to have some stamen pieces going in opposite directions. So what you're going to do next is go ahead and just draw a line along the very base, and that will kind of start creating that curl. Once you've done that, I'm going to switch my tip and grab my curling tip. And the curling tip is very good for this technique. Just take your one end and grab that and just go in a circular motion. See how beautifully that just wraps it together. And then I like to go ahead and use my dries clear glue. Just open up one end just a little bit. You could also use your hot glue gun for this too. The stamen would dry instantly. And then you can kind of fluff out those petals. You can add little prills to the centers. The options with this are endless. The versatility with these florals is endless. So you can do different color schemes that are fun. You can do flower buds, you can mound your prills in the center, or you can do those classic petunia designs. There's so many options with it. I love all the versatility. Here's a smaller version in like kind of a baby pink color. Here are some flower buds just all on their own. So you'll have a lot of fun just playing with these. Here's one that's a double layer flower too. Vellum, I played with it on vellum too. You get these different sizes. Here I popped a stamen in the center. Here's the baby one. The little baby ones are so cute. Here's a larger one. Can you imagine that clustered together for like a wedding or a Mother's Day card or just like a really special occasion? Here's some more petunias, just different sizes. Here again is the one with a stamen in the center. And then there's those leaves that pair beautifully together. This one has a little bit more of a crimped, distressed petal. So the options with this are endless. Here, Ellen, she is my sister. She's a creative person behind the scenes. I just put this together yesterday with some flower wire in the back in a little terracotta pot she had in her garage. Isn't that adorable? So you can do your own little flower pots that won't wither. So these florals come from the small classic petunia that has the stamens in there for you. This is the small classic petunia stamp. It has two sentiments in it as well. Make sure to also get the large classic petunia stamp and die as well. That gets you the larger flowers. And then there's that beautiful border. That one I love to cut apart, use it all together. And then we have this classic petunia bouquet. This has so many accents that are perfect to build your flowers and layer them together. So let's show you a couple pieces that are some of my favorites. You can do a lot of different variations with them, but there's this hanging piece that you can hang to the opening of a card. We paired this with the fence we released with our winter collection. So you can add those little florals. Here's one that one of my gals in-house, her name's Juanita, she paired this together. This is, believe it or not, this little piece from the petunia bouquet, and then she added this cluster on top, added those strings and added a little bit more flowers, and this is the botanic window die. Add those little petunias on the side. Isn't it perfect? I love how that one turned out. Here's another one just pairing together the florals with the beautiful background papers. Here's one that is more of a watercolor accent. If you love to color, what a beautiful altered piece. Isn't that stunning? And then we have this one. This has that little flower basket, or you could make it into a flower pot with little baby flowers and then the bigger petunias, small stamens. You're going to have so much fun with this collection. Here's one with a card opening using the beautiful petunias. This is using the large bouquet out of the classic petunia bouquet set, popping a large petunia on top. Love how that one turned out. Here's another variation of the petunia with the stamen. It looks more like a tropical floral. Use the fold-out card border dies for a beautiful background paired with a paper. Here's another version with a beautiful paper and those same flowers. And then I have the bouquet in a background here. So lots of different options with this one. These samples, a lot of them will be online with instructions. Here's a cute little opening with a little flower pot using the house background from the Wildwood Cottage collection. Then there's some altar projects that came in that you have to see. Here's a little basket that really showcases the collection of petunias very beautifully. There's a tag that says, "It's your birthday." You can make this for a friend. This never withers and dies. They can have it forever. There's a little wishing well. It's so cute. So if you're an altered artist, it's a little water pail in the center there. That one's stunning. I love how the simplicity of the bouquet, the petunia bouquet, was captured with the fold-out border dies on the sides using some mixed media techniques on the background. Makes a very classic colored card. And then I have some larger altered projects. I have this reel. Isn't this beautiful? You've got this classic petunia flower pot. This was sent in by one of our semifinalists. Isn't that amazing? That just kind of spins around, so you can make bouquets for your mom, a special gift for a friend. And then I have a project that we popped into the handbag. This was featuring the classic petunias. If you don't have your handbag yet, this showcases your dimensional projects. You can showcase what's special to you. And we have it available in the fuchsia or black. It's awesome. You get lots of compliments when you have it when you're out and about, but this uses some of the paper and the beautiful flowers. Then you've got to see the classic petunia paper collection. This one pairs beautifully with the stamps and dies. Has the soft pastel spring summer colors, and you can pair these together for your mixed media cards and your layouts. Speaking of layouts, you can really do beautiful projects. Here's one that was pairing the petunias together with a headshot. It says, "It's a wonderful day." I love this one. And then here's one just capturing an iconic floral picture with a beautiful spray of petunias. Have fun using different color combinations. You can go to your local greenhouse and look at all the fun petunias, or just Google it. It's a lot of fun creating this with different papers, the vellums, and the endless options you can have with the Classic Petunia. If you don't own this collection yet, make sure to get yours ordered today. My team will get it shipped out right away so you can start creating your own for your friends and family. Thank you so much for joining me today. I would love to see what you create. You can share those with us on Facebook. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that as well, and you won't miss out on our future videos. We'll see you next time. Bye.